Hey guys, before we start the podcast, I just want to take a second to let you know that we do have a Twitter page, and we would like it if you would give us a follow on there at TCinematic. So yeah, just press pause real quick. Just take a little second to go to Twitter, look us up, Typical Cinematics at TCinematic. That's TCINEDD. I don't know if I'm spelling that right, but that's okay. But yeah, go ahead and look us up, follow us, and you know what? Subscribe to our YouTube channel while you're at it, okay? The more the merrier. You can listen on every platform, basically. We're on iTunes, we're on YouTube, we're on everything. So go ahead and follow us on all the social medias, and yeah, enjoy the show.
The building is on fire. I said, no, what? I got my 3 kids and we bounced out. We ain't gonna be in no fire. Not today. The building is on fire.
Hey everybody, welcome to episode 2 of the podcast. This is basically going to be an episode where we talk about our most anticipated movies of 2016. So, let's just get right into the news, Tyler. Sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Did you want to do something before the news, though? Did you?
Oh, yeah, okay. I would just like to take a second to acknowledge and appreciate first of all, the sheer amount of listeners we had on our first episode. You know, just a round of applause for y'all. Round of applause.
I'm proud of you.
But on top of that, I'd like to say a big thank you to some international viewers. We had some listeners in Mexico, which was pretty cool. We had some listeners in West Hollywood, some listeners in Lansing, Michigan. It was all over the map, and I thought that was really cool, especially since we're just starting out, first episode, everything like that. So just a big thank you. Just a big thank you all around.
Yeah, thanks everybody. It means a lot. It means it means so much.
Okay, so news time?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. All right. So the first thing here. Obviously, we want to acknowledge the passing of Alan Rickman this week.
Yes.
He passed away at 69 to pancreatic cancer. Man, it's...
I mean, so many people these days, like it recently.
Yeah,
like,
David Bowie last week,
David
and
Bowie,
then
Alan Rickman now. I heard there was another one too that I mean I don't know. It caught me by surprise, really.
It really did. I woke up to the news and I was like, oh no, really?
Yeah, I remember I was on my way to work and I was riding with my dad, actually. We take the HOV lane in the mornings and everything. And I mean, I heard something about Alan Rickman dying, and it just kind of caught me off guard because first of all, I was like half asleep. You know, like it's every morning that's how I am on the ride in. But yeah, so I was like half asleep and I heard it, and it just, I mean, I was shocked, and it took me a while to process it because well, what was your first movie with him in it? What was your first memory of him?
Well, my first introduction to Alan Rickman was obviously as a kid. I watched the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah.
So him portraying Snape was probably my first introduction to him.
Yeah. Same here, but after growing up and everything,
yeah,
I've seen him in Galaxy Quest, which was a great movie.
Exactly.
I've seen him in Die Hard, Hans Gruber. You know, well, I don't know. There was a whole new appreciation to him that I got when I grew up a little bit, and He will be missed. He will be missed for sure.
He really will. So, I mean, moving on, we go into some comic book movie news.
Comic book movie news.
Okay.
That's a jingle that I made just now.
That's a good one. Was that off the cuff? Was that like
You
off your
know,
head?
honestly, like people sleep on my improvisation skills when it comes to jingles.
Well, that was pretty good. All
Thank
right,
you, man.
I'll give it to you.
I appreciate that.
But anyway, our second piece of news: Amber Heard is in talks to join the DC EU, otherwise known as the DC Comics Cinematic Universe,
Yeah.
as Mera, who is the Queen of Atlantis in the DC Comics. And apparently she will be appearing in Justice League before appearing in Aquaman years later. And Justice League would be next year, so I think they're actually filming in like 2 months or something like that. So
I'm
exciting time.
excited. I'm excited for that. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Growing up, I was more of a DC fan, so I'm really excited to see like all these actors coming together. It's kind of like what I would guess this is kind of what the Marvel fans experienced when all the Avengers
Avenger movies came out. Yeah. Did you watch Justice League, the animated series, when you were growing up?
Yes, I did, and I also would watch all the Justice League spin-off movies.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
I
little
never
animated
watched
ones.
those, but I did watch the animated series, like the TV show, the one that came on Cartoon Network all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, I watched that a lot, and I was a huge fan of it. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to see what Cyborg looks like.
yeah.
I mean,
I'm very. Apparently, he's supposed to make a appearance in BBS, but I mean, everybody else is making an appearance apparently. But
yeah.
I mean, we'll
Who
see.
isn't making an appearance in that one?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see when March gets here. So, but anyways, Amber Heard in talks. I think she's a good choice. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen her in 2 or 3 movies. She's okay.
Yeah.
I would think. But moving on, the next part is Ryan Coogler is confirmed to be directing Black Panther, which comes out in 2017. So, what do you think about that? I mean, he just directed Creed, and we loved that one.
Both number ones right there.
Yeah, right. Exactly. I don't know.
I think he'll do a good job on it.
Yeah.
As far as will it be successful and everything?
Of course. I mean, it's Marvel.
Yeah. I don't.
Anything Marvel puts out is gonna make a ton of money.
I mean, I don't think there's really any questions for this one. I mean, it's a sure thing almost with. I mean, anything Marvel these days, and I don't know if you could say this about DC, but anything Marvel these days is a sure thing. Basically, they could put out a really crappy movie, and I mean, they'll still be fine.
Which they have.
Yeah, and here we are still.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't affected them yet, so
people are still going to see it, and
yeah, as long as it has the Marvel brand on it, people are going to see it, unless it's Fantastic Four. So
people did see that. Though.
Moving on.
People sadly saw that.
Unfortunately, they saw it.
Yeah.
Moving on, and this is a topic you're going to love.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, a short list for the actors who are going to be, I guess, considered for the role of Han Solo in the spin-off movie coming out in a couple years. The short list was revealed, and Tyler, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm deeply I really don't know. I don't know how to put my anger and my frustrations into words at this point. I mean, everyone who knows me knows that, one, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and then a subset of that would be that my favorite character from Star Wars is Han Solo.
Correct.
And so the fact that they are making a Han Solo spin-off movie or an anthology film about Han Solo, I was initially excited until I saw this short list. I am fearful that Disney is going to ruin Han Solo for me because they picked the wrong actor to portray him.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of these names don't really, they don't really come off as bad as the other ones.
Right.
For example, the ones that anger me are Dave Franco, Miles Teller. Those are the two that anger me.
Yes.
Like,
I feel legitimate anger when I hear the name Dave Franco and Han Solo in the same sentence.
Yeah.
Like, that's not, in my opinion. Okay, let's think about what Dave Franco has done, like, recently. Okay, recently, all I can think about is like 21 Jump Street and Unfinished Business. Like, I picture him. I picture him in a Han Solo movie, just walking into the Millennium Falcon. He looks at Chewie and he's like, "Dude, what are we doing, Chewie? Like, come on, what are we doing, man?" Like, I don't.
In his defense, he was pretty good in Neighbors.
Okay, but he plays.
That's about it.
He plays the same person. Yeah, he plays the same role.
He plays the same character.
And I mean, okay, I give him props for knowing his character and like playing his character well. Okay,
playing to his strengths. Yeah,
exactly. Because did I dislike him in 21 Jump Street? I didn't dislike him. Did I dislike him in, let's see,
Unfinished Business? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't like the movie. Yeah, I didn't like Unfinished Business, and I don't like the thought of Dave Franco being Han Solo.
No. Some of the other names on the list, though, I can see where they're going, but again, it's not what I would prefer. Some of the other names are Ansel Elgort, Logan Lerman, Scott Eastwood. That's about all I have right here. So.
Well, I think out of those names, I could see Eastwood being Han Solo.
I can see him pulling it off. But I don't know, for some reason, I can see him pulling off an older, like around the same age as
A New Hope.
Han Solo? A New Hope, yeah.
Yeah.
With the other ones, I can actually, because apparently it's supposed to take place like 10 years before A New Hope. Yeah. So like, you would have to go with like a Logan Lerman, which I mean I'm not opposed to.
I don't think he looks like Han Solo though. I don't even think he looks like a young Han Solo. I mean, I guess with movie magic and everything, he'll.
I don't know. I just
like him, but
I just hope they somehow use this as like a swerve and just cast somebody nobody's heard about or something like that, and just
like what was that guy's name? We talked about him, huh?
Ian Gruber. That's his last name.
Yeah. Him.
Anthony Ian Gruber or something like that.
I could see him as Han Solo.
Yeah.
And I wonder if he's being considered.
I hope so. I mean, there were some names that weren't included in the short list. And so I'm kind of hoping he's one of them. I mean, he played a Harrison Ford, young Harrison Ford in Age of Adeline.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I just hope it's a swerve, because if not, oh man, I'm worried about it.
I'm afraid it'll turn into like, I don't even know how to describe what I'm thinking right now. Like, I think it'll turn into just some like guy at a Halloween party dressed as Han Solo instead of, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that it just won't do justice to the guy's character, and it's worrying me at this point. But I don't want to spend this whole time worrying about it. Hopefully, it'll be a good movie, and I won't have to.
I mean, Disney's 1 for 1 so far.
Yeah.
With their movies, so I mean,
fair point.
It's whatever though.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into the topic of today.
Mm-hmm.
We basically the most anticipated of 2016, all the movies that are coming out, and obviously we're not going to be listing off every movie that's coming out. We're just going to be talking about the movies that may interest us, being me and Tyler.
Okay.
We're not, because I don't want people to be like, oh, you didn't mention this one, you didn't mention this one.
Yeah.
It's going to be like, I don't care about those movies. I saw the movies that are coming out, and these are the ones I care about. So,
whatever. We don't care about your opinions, guys. That's it.
Oh, no, we do.
No, we care. Anyways, okay, let's move on to the list.
Send hate mail to Tyler. Yeah. Moving on. So basically, I'm going to be moving from month to month, and I'm just going to list a couple of the movies that are coming out, and then we can have a discussion about them after I finish that month.
Step by step.
Yes. Okay? So.
No, I was making a Creed reference. Step by step, punch by punch, or whatever it was.
Yes.
Number one movie.
Okay, so I'm not going to list any in January because we're already halfway through and who cares. So we're going to start off with February. Basically, on the 12th of February, 2 movies are coming out that I'm interested in. I think you would be interested in this as well.
Okay, let's hear it.
Those 2 movies are Deadpool and Zoolander 2.
Okay. Obviously Deadpool. I'm going to see that. TJ Miller in it. Ryan Reynolds. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Now, Zoolander 2. I mean, I was a huge fan of the first one. I think it was really funny. But do you think Zoolander 2 is going to live up to it? Number one?
I don't know. I'm just going to go to the movie to have fun. Because even if this one's bad, I still have the first one to love. So I don't think it's going to ruin my love for the first one.
Yeah, that's true.
It's so good. It's so a guilty movie pleasure.
Same with like Dumb and Dumber.
Yes.
I am a huge fan of Dumb and Dumber, and I even like. Okay, I get the newish one was not like amazing or anything,
or good,
but I still liked it because it was Dumb and Dumber. So
yeah, because it's the property.
Zoolander 2, I'll see it.
All right, so we move on to the next week. There's a movie coming out, a horror movie in February. Which I don't really think that's the best place for a horror movie, but
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, well, Valentine's Day. So that movie is called The Witch, and I saw the trailer for it. It looks more creepy than scary.
Sometimes I like that though.
Yeah, but I feel like it's going to be probably one of the scariest movies I see all year. So I don't know. I kind of like the whole creepiness factor. It's basically, it takes place in, I would suppose, the colonial times, and it's basically about a family who, I don't know. I try to get it from context. I was kind of creeped. I was kind of creeped out through the whole trailer. It's basically a family who lives out in the wilderness and come in contact with a witch, or one of them is a witch. But anyway, it's a little creepy.
Yeah.
But moving on to the week after that, it's the last one that I have listed for February. A movie called 999.
I don't think I've seen anything for that. You
I
sent me
thought I,
something for
I
it?
thought I sent you the trailer like a long time ago, like maybe a couple months ago. I don't know.
Oh, well,
It's
I don't remember it.
it looks really gritty. It basically has Casey Affleck, Woody Harrelson, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Kate Winslet, Anthony Mackie,
Dang.
all big names.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
stacked.
Norman Reedus, Aaron Paul,
Okay.
Gal Gadot. Like it's
Literally everyone is in this
yeah,
movie then. Okay.
literally everyone, and it's basically
What could go wrong?
I hope nothing
Yeah, true.
because the first trailer blew me away. It's a cop drama with a little bit of I guess uh, people playing for both sides, being an undercover cop
Some double
or
agents or what?
yeah.
Okay.
No, some
Oh,
I
you
guess
mean
to
just
an
under
extent.
like sting operations and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff, right? Okay.
and then it has Kate Winslet, who looks like she's a mob boss, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Um,
I see
but
you, Kate Winslet.
it looks very very gritty. Like I'm talking, there's a
We
scene.
talking Mad Max gritty?
No, I'm talking like there's a scene where they roll up on this crime scene and they just see a bunch of severed heads on top of a hood of a car.
Oh, okay, that
And
kind of gritty, like
and I'm
dark
just
gritty.
yeah, I saw it and I was like, whoa, that was.
Whoa!
Did I really just see
What did
that?
What did I just
Yeah.
buy into?
And you literally just you see it for like a minute, not a minute, a second.
One whole
I would hope for not a minute.
One
I don't
whole
want
minute of just
Yeah.
severed heads.
Yeah, it looks really good, and it comes out the 26th, so I'll be watching that. Do you have any movies in February, or would you like me to move on to March?
Mm,
You think I hit them all?
I think you hit them all. Let's
All
go
right,
to March.
cool. Let's move on to March.
Mhm.
And the first movie in March, March 4th, the day after my birthday, I'm gonna get a good birthday present because Olympus Has Fallen came out like 2 years ago, and the sequel to this, London Has Fallen, comes out that day. And I loved Olympus Has Fallen, and this movie just looks like it's taking it up a notch. And rather than a White House going down in flames, it seems like the whole
okay.
city of London.
Now wait a sec. I was thinking initially when we were talking about Olympus Has Fallen, I was thinking of the movie White House Down.
Oh no!
I was like, wait
Don't
a sec,
confuse
Edgar.
No, don't
you like
confuse
that
them.
movie?
White House Down. No,
No. Okay, see, I haven't seen Olympus Has Fallen, but I have seen White House Down, and I
it's
didn't.
on Netflix, so give it a watch.
Okay, I will give it a watch.
It's the difference between the two are White House Down is PG-13, Olympus Has Fallen is rated R, and it's rated R for a reason, and it's pretty great.
Okay. All right.
It's not the best movie, but it's a good movie to watch. Just people kill each other in, and Gerald Butler kills a lot of people. So
that's what he does, man. That's his job.
Watching the trailer for this next one, it seems as if he's gonna kill even more.
Okay.
So basically, moving on a week later, on the 11th, a movie that nobody saw coming. Literally no one, because they literally just dropped the trailer a couple days ago with no one knowing it was even going to drop.
I just saw this trailer too.
Yeah, and this movie would be 10 Cloverfield Lane, which...
Oh my gosh. It looks pretty good.
It appears to be a sequel to the 2008 film Cloverfield, which, growing up, when I saw that, I was 12 when I saw it, so I was like, what is this? This is crazy. I thought it was pretty good, and I watched it again maybe like a couple of months ago. It still holds up. It's really, really good.
Yeah, there were some complaints about that movie though, like, oh, we didn't see the monster enough, or I mean, that was kind of.
I kind of feel like the director was doing that for a reason.
Yeah,
maybe
he had 10 Cloverfield Lane in mind at that point.
And did you see whose name is attached to this as a producer?
Producer or director?
Producer,
Who?
J.J. Abrams.
Oh, so he's I thought he was directing it.
No, he's a producer on it.
Okay,
Directing
okay.
it, I can't remember the guy's name, but I can't even pronounce it if I did remember it. So
I mean, either way, I did see JJ's name pop up in the trailer, and got me a little excited. And I could tell there were the, I don't know how to describe it, but like the look of it looked like it reminded me of Star Wars almost.
yeah, a little bit.
The color scheme and everything.
Yeah, I mean J.J. Abrams loves surprises, and this is nothing different from that because I literally.
He had that in his back pocket during
I
all
wouldn't
of this.
say I've been wanting a Cloverfield sequel, but I always thought it would have been cool for it to come out, and I'm kind of curious as to what this movie is going to do.
I didn't really want a Cloverfield sequel, but I wanted another Cloverfield type movie. That wasn't Godzilla though. And I mean, not to say that I didn't like Godzilla. I thought it was cool. I thought the story was dumb, but I thought the look of it and everything was awesome. It
was a beautiful movie.
It was great.
Some of the acting and the story was just
Was that Elijah Wood in that movie? It was.
Are we talking the most
Bryan
recent
Cranston one?
No, Elijah Wood wasn't in it.
Who the heck is that guy?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Oh, okay.
Kick-Ass.
Wait.
And Quicksilver.
Oh yeah, that's him. Why was I thinking Elijah Wood?
I don't know. Why?
I'm so confused. No, okay. Forget I said that, people. Forget I said that.
It's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So moving on, the next one. I would say we're pretty. I would say we want to see this movie, Batman versus Superman.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I think
Please
it's.
Please
Yeah. No, I'm definitely
Okay.
joking. I am glad that it's coming out. Let me just say that.
You were not a fan of this a couple months ago until a certain point.
What do you mean?
You said, I'm not really looking forward to that movie.
I said that mainly because I was not a huge fan of Man of Steel.
I don't know why. I mean, the movie's fantastic, but
I'm not a fan of the Superman portrayed in Man of Steel.
well, then I don't really think you're going to be a fan of the Superman portrayed in Batman vs Superman because
I guess we'll find out, Edgar.
he's very intimidating.
No,
in
yeah, I know
this
that.
movie,
I know.
which
And
I love.
I think, there's some aspects of it that I like, and some, in my opinion on it, has definitely changed, like you said, because you're right. A few months ago, I was kind of skeptical about this movie.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I can honestly say that I'm looking forward to it now. And I think a part of me the whole time was looking forward to it. I mean, I would have seen it either way, obviously. But,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I'm going to go into it with a mindset of I want it to be good. And I don't know. I'll just leave it at that, really.
All right. So we're going to move on to April. That's all I had for March.
Okay,
So.
yeah.
In April, there's only one film that I put on the list here, and that would be Jon Favreau's The Jungle Book, which, looking from the trailer, all that trailer is so beautiful, and it was filmed in a studio, the entire movie.
Yeah. I think the cinematography of it and the look of it is beautiful. I think it looks amazing. But I just don't really know how everything is going to work out, really.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think... I mean, it's talking animals.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you can put this kind of realistic twist on it. Like this, everything looks real now. I think the fact that talking animals, I just don't see it... I don't know. Do I sound like almost cynical saying that? Because I feel like it.
No, I mean, you have your opinion.
I
I mean,
mean,
the only reason I really want to see this movie is because it looks so awesome. So
it does look
it,
awesome, and I
it,
am
it
going to
looks
see
it
it
looks
because of that
it
reason.
looks so beautiful.
Yeah.
For a second, I honestly thought they had filmed on location at
Yeah.
some of these places, but then I going further into the trailer, I was like, oh yeah, no, there's no way they
Yeah,
filmed this.
it couldn't have been. But
So
it looks nice.
yeah, I mean that's the main reason I'm gonna see it. So
Hmm. And the voice actors in there, I don't remember exactly who's in it, but I remember
Scarlett Johansson, Idris Elba,
yeah,
Christopher Walken.
there's gonna be a ton of
Oh,
there's
Bill
gonna be a
Murray too.
ton
Yeah.
of- Bill Murray's in. Oh yeah, isn't he the bear? What's his name?
I don't know. I haven't seen the movie in a long time.
Like Ragu or something? Not Ragu.
No, it's not ragu.
It's
It's not spaghetti sauce.
I was like, where did I get Ragu from? But yeah, that's a spaghetti sauce for sure.
Moving on to May. That's the first movie in May comes out the 6th. Captain America: Civil War. So
I'm excited for that.
I am. I mean, I love Captain America. It's my favorite character in that
Marvel.
cinematic universe.
Yeah.
So, or in Marvel in general. So,
Right.
and I love the 2 previous Captain America movies, with The Winter Soldier being probably my favorite Marvel movie, in the universe, and being that the Russo brothers who directed The Winter Soldier are now directing this one, I am very much anticipating this movie. So,
Yeah.
I just feel like one of the actors explained this movie being like a family dispute, and I don't want it to be a family dispute. It's called Civil War for a reason.
I don't think it's gonna be like a family dispute. I think it's gonna be somewhat of a war. I don't think it's gonna be an all out like. I don't know, because the most action in that trailer though was all 3 of them just fighting each other and hitting each other.
Yeah, I mean, you're true. You're true.
I am true.
You speak nothing but truth.
Yeah.
But something that needs to happen in this movie. There need to be consequences.
Yeah.
Because nobody dies in this universe. It's like you die and it turns out you didn't die, and it's like you get shot like 4 times in the chest, and it turns out, again, you didn't die.
I mean,
I don't
Quicksilver died.
Yeah, 1 out of 13 movies.
But that's what. Okay, but Marvel fanboys would come back at you with that, I'm sure. Say Quicksilver died.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, he died.
I promise I'm not hating. I'm just saying I really want there to be consequences in this movie. And I want it to be lasting consequences.
Yeah.
Unless it's Captain America, then I do want him to come back to life.
There's no way they would kill him off.
If they do, though, I feel like in Infinity War, which would be Avengers 3, I feel like they would bring him back using one of the those little Infinity Gems that they find. So, I don't know. Let's move on from that, because I could talk all day on it. The 10th of May has Neighbors 2 coming out. And we were just talking about Dave Franco.
Yeah.
And he's going to be in this movie, so maybe he will play the same character.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, though. I'm looking forward to that, because Dave Franco is playing the correct character that he's made for, you know?
Yeah. Apparently there's going to be like a sorority in this one, and I guess they're going to be like, fighting each other, like going back and forth, annoying each other like they did in the first one.
You mean
the sorority and the fraternity?
Oh, so there's not going to be what's his name?
Oh, Seth Rogen. Yeah, he is going to be in it apparently. So
are they going to be like in between 2 of the houses?
I honestly feel as if that would be funny. That would be funny. But I feel as if
they might be like across the street or something.
Something like, I guess yeah, across the street. But I was gonna say I feel as if uh, Seth Rogen is going to like not join the fraternity, but like join sides with them and try to get the sorority off the.
I mean, that's basically what he did in the first one. They infiltrated the fraternity, and I guess spoiler alert, but I mean,
Yeah.
it was like a long time ago. But I mean,
Not 2 years ago.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, he like infiltrated them, became, I mean, a brother, I guess, to them, and ultimately shut them down.
Can I just say, the standout person in that movie is, I'm gonna probably say his last name wrong, probably gonna pronounce it wrong, but Ike Barinholtz.
Who's that?
He was the office friend.
Oh, okay,
To
yeah.
Seth Rogen
He
in
was
the movie.
hilarious in that movie.
He was the standout performance in that movie. Any scene that he was in, I found myself laughing like 10 times harder.
Yeah.
He was.
Mean, I kind of thought that maybe Seth Rogen would have been, but yeah, I think you're right when you bring it up. Yeah, I didn't like any of the scenes with Zac Efron in it. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I just felt like he's trying too hard.
Well, I don't even think it's that. I just think his character was just because I mean we are obviously in college. And
yes.
I feel like we know those types of people, and I mean, I'm sorry that if you are one of those types of people, like a frat star or whatever. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of them.
I get annoyed.
So part of me wanted that guy, and actually, in the end, he did kind of get screwed. So I mean,
yeah,
I liked it. I liked that movie. That's why I liked the movie.
Okay, so going on to the 13th of May, there's a movie with Matthew McConaughey coming out. One of my favorite actors.
Yeah.
This movie is called Free State of Jones. I recently just saw the trailer to this. It's basically.
Did the trailer just come out?
I think it came out last weekend during the Texans and Chiefs game. They showed it in like the third quarter or something like that.
Yeah, I was not watching during the third quarter. There's
So
no way.
basically, the Free State of Jones is Matthew McConaughey is a Confederate soldier in the Civil War.
Oh, you know what? I did see something about this. Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess he tries to run away from that life, and he basically starts his own like little, I guess, city, country, state, something.
Township.
Yeah. And he basically gets a bunch of other people who think as he does, as well as a bunch of freed slaves, to fight with him, and they basically fight back to the Confederates. So they basically fight the Confederates, which I'm really looking forward to this. It looks like it's going to be pretty fantastic.
I think so too. Yeah.
I have high hopes for it.
And I don't think at this point Matthew McConaughey would take a role in a movie that would be less than fantastic, you know?
True.
Everything he's been in has been great.
Yeah, even the Lincoln commercials.
Yeah, even those are so strange though. Like, you have to admit. Those things are so strange. I like them. They're like mysterious, I guess, but they are strange. Anyways, moving on.
All right, moving on to the 20th, movie by Shane Black with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. It's called The Nice Guys. It basically takes place in like the 70s, and they're basically trying to find this little girl but she's like a teenager. But apparently she got like involved with the mob, and so they're just trying to find her. It looks like that. Like any other 70s movie that comes out, like that retro theme and all that.
Yeah.
Like
Argo-esque.
Yeah, it looks very funny. Like, the chemistry between Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling in the trailer alone makes me want to see this movie. And it's going to be rated R, so I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
And then finally in May, X-Men Apocalypse.
Huh.
So, what do you think? About this one?
I'm not really a huge X-Men like fanboy,
Neither am I.
but that's not to say that I didn't enjoy the previous ones. I
I enjoyed Days of Future Past and First Class. So
wait. First Class? You enjoyed First Class?
yeah, the one where it takes place in like the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. That one.
I don't know. You know what I didn't like in that one?
What's that?
January Jones.
Yeah, they could have cast her. They could have, not cast her.
Yeah,
I'll say it that way.
And I mean, I'm sure she's a nice lady, but when I see January Jones in like anything really, like they might as well just have like a cardboard cutout of January Jones.
That's a little mean.
Okay, never mind.
But true.
I take that back. Take that back.
It's all right. It was true. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, what I say is true.
You speak nothing but true.
You know what? I can think of someone who would be better than January Jones. It's
for that character.
Yes.
Okay, who?
And his name is John C.
Oh my god.
Okay, I don't think I ever heard that, but
I heard it. Oh god. All right, so I'm just gonna ignore that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Moving on to June. Jesus. June 10th. 2 movies come out.
And his name is John C.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Oh my god. June 10th.
Yeah.
Now You See Me 2 and The Conjuring 2.
I
know which one I'm seeing that day. That would be The Conjuring.
Why do you say that? Because the first one sucked?
Now You See Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I was about to say, when I talk to people about Now You See Me, it's like 50-50.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on the, like, I didn't really like it side, but I do know people who did like it.
And I don't know, I just thought it was really strange. What's that noise?
What do you mean?
I just heard like clicking noise. Oh, I must be hearing things.
Wait, hold up. Whatever. Go ahead.
The only thing that would kind of get me to see Now You See Me 2 would be the addition of Daniel Radcliffe to the movie. And I don't know, if he says
Why
anything
Daniel
about
Radcliffe?
You don't know who that is?
No, I said why?
Because he's Harry Potter and he deals with magic, and this movie's about magic. And I kind of hope in this movie he says something of Harry Potter.
He walks out like they're about to rob a bank. Yeah. Hello, I'm Harry Potter, and I am a wizard.
That would be great. I would see this movie just to see that scene.
Yeah, I would like that. That would be very funny.
I don't know. I just feel like that would make me laugh so hard if he just said, "I'm Harry Potter and I'm a wizard," or if somebody called him Harry Potter, making fun of him. That would be awesome.
You know what would make Rogue One like 10 times better?
What is that?
If they add in Jar Jar.
Oh my god. Why?
You thought I was going to do this.
And his name is John C.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, one more time.
Okay.
One more time, and we're done with this podcast.
You know what? I don't even want to. Let's go.
Wait, what?
Come on. Just move on.
Okay, so moving on. Do you want to say anything about The Conjuring 2? Have you seen the first one?
I did not see the first one.
Okay. First one, it was pretty good. It was one of those horror movies that I don't know how to explain it, because a lot of the horror movies that come out nowadays are like really lazy and suck. And this one didn't. This one was a genuine um, like a genuine horror movie that scared me,
Oh,
to use a better phrase,
you
scared
know,
me.
who was in it? Who was in it? Wasn't the
Patrick
mom
Wilson.
from Bates Motel in it?
Yes.
Okay, I remember what it was now. Yeah, I didn't see it, but I remember like seeing the previews and wanting to see it, but then I never went because first of all, I'm not a huge horror movie fan, but like I'll go and see them. I don't know. I for some reason I just didn't go watch it in theaters, and I still haven't seen it to this day.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. I would recommend it. And the second one looks it looks scary. The trailer had a cheap jump scare, but it nonetheless it looks pretty good.
All
So
right.
moving on. The 24th, 2 weeks after that, Independence Day Resurgence.
Okay. Okay.
I'm actually really looking forward to this one.
I am kind of pumped for that.
The I mean, I don't know. The trailer has some cheesiness in it, but the first movie was like 90% cheesy, but it was
Yeah. But
great.
it was good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was fucking good.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I'm just to say the least. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Okay.
So moving on to July. On the 1st of July, The Legend of Tarzan and Purge 3.
I'm looking forward to Tarzan more than I'm looking like the Tarzan like
Story.
what is I don't know, the revamped version of it or whatever more
Yeah.
than the Jungle Book like revamping.
True.
I mean, I could see that more than I could see the Jungle
It
Book
looks
part.
the Jungle Book looks. I don't know. It looks better.
You mean
You know,
like looks
the
better?
the cinematography.
Yeah, yeah.
But I feel like in the end of the day, the Legend of Tarzan. I feel the Legend of Tarzan will be better than the Jungle Book.
I think so too. I think that well, I don't know which trailer is better.
I would say the
Jungle Book.
Book trailer is better, just because of the nostalgia. But still, the Tarzan, it looks really good.
Yeah, it
And
looks pretty good.
my dad, when I showed my dad the trailer, he was like, "Is that Sam Jackson? Man, the guy really is in everything." I was like, "True, he's
He is.
in almost any movie you see, he's in it."
Yeah. He's
So
the token black guy. Sad,
yeah,
but true.
the other movie that comes out that day is Purge 3. So I don't know. I hope it's not dumb, because the second one that was actually pretty good. I
Yeah.
thought the second
Yeah.
one was better than the first one, which is kind of rare.
I actually redboxed the Purge Anarchy while I was working at a summer camp. Like and we watched it up in one of like the projector rooms or something. It was pretty good. I liked
I
it.
thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So moving on to the 15th of that month, the Ghostbusters, the all-female cast Ghostbusters comes out, and just based off who's in it, I'm a little hesitant
Why?
because of one person,
Who?
and that would be Melissa McCarthy. Everybody else
Yeah.
I'm fine with, but
I think well, Melissa McCarthy is another one of those Dave Franco types that we're talking about who plays
as well as
the
Kevin
same-
Hart type.
Oh yeah, she's more like Kevin Hart than Dave Franco,
Yeah.
if that's what we're talking
Yeah.
about. But I mean, I could see some value in having Melissa McCarthy in the Ghostbusters movie because Ghostbusters is a lighthearted film, you know? I mean, yeah, they're fighting like ghosts and everything, but at the core of it, like it's gonna be a nostalgia thing.
Mhm.
It's gonna be There's going to be comedy in it because Melissa McCarthy is in there. I mean, I can see why they casted Melissa McCarthy in that movie.
Yeah, and then plus you have Kristen Wiig, and then their names are slipping my mind, but two women from SNL.
I don't know. We can look that up later. We'll edit this out. We'll edit it out.
We'll do it live.
Yeah.
But I honestly, I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be hilarious. So, moving on. The next week, Star Trek Beyond comes out, and being the big Star Trek fan that you are very much anticipating this one, aren't you?
No.
You are the exact opposite of that.
No, I mean, well, I want to take a second here to give, Star Trek and Star Trek Into Darkness the credit they deserve, because I thought they were well done and everything.
Yeah. But anything before that,
I mean, I don't know. The best Star Trek thing that I liked was Galaxy Quest, and that's not even Star Trek.
It's like a spoof of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of it, but I'll sit there and I'll watch it.
I'll watch it. I mean, it has Justin Lin directing it. He directed the Fast and Furious movies, so should be some pretty good action.
But one thing that I kept thinking when I was watching the trailer for Beyond, it didn't look like the previous two movies. Mm-hmm. Don't you think so?
I don't think there's going to be a lot of talking or explaining of different, cultures in the universe. I think there's going to be a lot of fighting, a lot of shooting, and a lot of beaming into different places.
Why do you think that?
Because first of all, it's just going off of what the trailer shows. There's literally 4 lines of dialogue in it, and nothing but action. People are flying all over the place with explosions.
Maybe they're pulling a ride along. Maybe they were pulling a ride along and showing all the key points of the movie in the trailer, and then everything else is just in between type stuff.
Yeah. You might be right on that.
When does Ride Along 2 come out? Did you include that?
It came out yesterday.
Wait a sec, it already came out?
Yes. And I've heard some terrible things about it.
Oh man. Yeah,
doesn't surprise me.
That's how much I care about Ride Along 2 though.
All right, moving on to August. I only have one movie for this one, so it's basically Suicide Squad.
Looking forward to that.
Very much. I'm looking forward to see what all of these people bring to the table in regards to Harley Quinn, the Joker, who else? Captain Boomerang, all these other different types of villains that we really haven't seen on screen.
Yeah. Well, you remember when we were talking about this movie a long time ago, even when we were still going to school together.
Yeah.
And one of the things you mentioned was that, obviously Will Smith is going to be in this movie.
Yes.
Do you think that's a good thing? Do you think that's a bad thing?
As of right now, I think it might be a good thing, but with Will Smith, you never know, because he doesn't seem like a team player to me. I feel like he wants to be about himself.
I don't even know if it's a team player thing, because when you look back at the movies that he's been in since, let's say, Wild West, or the Wild Wild West.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. There's movies like Concussion, which, I haven't seen yet, but I've heard bad stuff about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've heard some average things about it.
Okay, well, one of the main things I've heard about Concussion was that they took parts of their story, a lot of it is made up.
Yeah.
And so, that alone brings the value of the movie down. And then I heard Will Smith's performance wasn't very good, but that's besides the point. Anyways, so you look at like movies like Concussion, Focus. Did you like Focus?
I thought it was okay. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be,
Yeah.
but it was
You
alright.
look at movies like After Earth.
And okay, all these movies that you're saying right now, I feel like he's taking this movie. This is why I think he might actually be good in this one, is because he's had so many flops the past
Mhm.
couple of years. I think he's
Maybe
looking
he's-
to bounce back.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, and maybe he's trying. All of these movies, also, on top of this, on top of what you just said, he's been like the leading character in these movies.
There you go, exactly.
Maybe this is his opportunity to take a step back and kind of
be in
build
that-
things
in-
back up again.
Yeah, in the ensemble. Let
Yeah.
it, don't overtake a movie, but let your performance as well as others make the movie, not just your performance. And I don't know, I really hope because we haven't gotten confirmation yet, but I really hope that it's not like a Deadshot centric movie. It
don't
doesn't
think
look
so.
like it's going to be, but man,
If
you
anything,
never know.
If anything, I think it's going to be a Harley Quinn centered movie.
I think it's gonna be a Harley Quinn and Joker centric movie
Yeah.
because I don't know, because
I can
they
agree with
have
that.
to establish a lot of like relationship, their backstory, everything, and how their story affects Ben Affleck's Batman
Yeah.
story. So, moving on to November, October, September. I don't really have movies in there that I'm
Dang,
looking.
really? And all those? That's
Yeah, I mean,
well, I
there
mean,
were
it's
some-
kind of far away and everything.
Yeah.
Too, so.
there were some, but who cares?
Yeah.
Going to November, the one on the 4th of November, Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Again, a Marvel movie. Obviously, it's gonna
Marvel
not gonna
is,
say it's
is
going
just pumping out movies, though. I mean,
to do good. I'm not sure if it's going to be good, but it's going to do good.
yeah.
But the probability of it being good is pretty high. So,
yeah.
I mean, it has Benedict Cumberbatch, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Tilda Swinton. So, I don't know. It seems stacked. I think it's going to be all right. Not all
I
right.
think so too, yeah.
And moving on to the 18th, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is a spin-off of the Harry Potter movies. I think it could be pretty good. We've seen only a teaser, and
Yeah.
It was-
There's really
teaser
not
was
much
okay.
to gain off of it, you know.
yeah. But I really want to get back into that world, that Harry Potter world. I mean, it's not going to be about Harry Potter, so.
Yeah,
But I just want to get back into that, wizardy
yeah.
world.
And let's see. I mean, is it confirmed that Daniel Radcliffe is not going to be in the movie?
Oh, I'm pretty sure because this takes place like.
That's right.
This place takes place 70 years before, and it has Eddie Redmayne as the main character,
Yeah.
and Colin Farrell's in it, and I love
Really?
Colin Farrell. Yeah,
Okay. Well, yeah.
love that
That's
guy.
good.
All right, so December now. The
Mhm.
2nd of December, another sequel to a movie which really didn't need a sequel because it was a good enough movie on its own.
Yeah.
This basically The Strangers 2. And I'm just going to go down to say Strangers, the original, the first one,
Dang, how long ago was that?
that had to be like 2006. I'm pretty
That
sure.
was a long time ago.
That is the scariest movie I've ever seen in my life.
I remember, 2006. That's 10 years ago. I'm turning 20 in like a week. Okay, I was 10 years old when all this came out, and I remember being scared every night
Yes.
of those people with the bags on their heads or whatever. You know,
I mean,
That was-
this is that type of movie like we've been talking about. This was very much a psychological
Yeah.
thriller. And those movies scare the living crap out of me
Those
more than
movies are the scariest types of
yeah.
movies.
Those movies scare me more than like freaking Ouija or The Gallows or any of those other cheap horror movies that just go off of jump scares.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, and that's not to say that jump scares aren't scary because
no,
I
yeah,
mean
they're
they are.
scary, but it doesn't leave a lasting
Yeah, it's not the same.
impression on you.
It's not the
Because I
same.
remember the Strangers had me so paranoid as a kid. I
Wait,
was just
hold on. Quick question. Do you remember? Oh, what was it? There was a movie that came out. I'm pretty sure it was this past year. It was like, it was all filmed in like one shot, not one shot, but like all in one day on Skype or whatever. What was that?
Unfriended.
Unfriended. Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
see that?
Yes.
Did you like it?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I thought a lot of it was. I don't know. Now we're getting off track, but let's get back on track.
All right. You have anything else to say about Strangers or no? You want to move on?
I thought it was scary. That's it.
All right, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a good one. All right. Moving on to the 16th, we got Rogue One, a Star Wars story, and I'm just gonna say it right now. I don't like the title, but it's okay. I felt like Star Wars Anthology Rogue One would be a much better title, but
I
who cares?
thought just Star Wars Rogue One would be the best title.
True.
I think
I,
the
I'm
anthology part included is dumb. But who's gonna go to the movie theater, walk up to the little ticket booth and be like, can I please have one ticket to Star Wars Rogue One anthology or whatever? Like, who's gonna
yeah.
say that? It's gonna be like, hey,
Us.
let me get one of those. Yeah, right. We're gonna walk up and first of all, we're gonna walk up and just pick our tickets up anyways because we'll have had them for months.
Yeah,
in
true.
hand, like we did with episode 7. So
The Force Unleashed.
yeah, the Force Unleashed. Oh my gosh.
Um,
Oh boy.
honestly, the only thing with this movie is they really have to tell or show the regular movie-going audience that this has nothing to do with The Force Awakens or the new trilogy. They have to do a good job at saying this took place before Episode 4, so please don't complain when you don't see Rey or Finn or any of these other characters, because I know people will. They'll be like, wait, so they're putting new characters in this movie? I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like they have to, which they will. They'll do a good job at the marketing, but they just have to market it so that the regular movie-going audience knows, hey,
Yeah.
this has nothing to do with the new trilogy. This is a complete spin-off.
But how are they gonna do that? Though? How are they gonna do that?
They'll find a way. I don't know how I would do it.
They'll put in like
Hey, idiots! This
They'll-
doesn't take place in the new trilogy.
they'll have the same type of like trailer as they did with episode 7 where it's like ding and it's like, who are you? And then they'll just be like, not Finn and Rey because they're not in this movie.
Exactly. Somebody will pop out and be like, hey, this took place before episode 4. Just make sure to mention that.
Yeah. No,
I
in
don't
the
know,
opening crawl, they'll have to mention that. Like it'll
Yeah.
be like before the times of the First Order and everything. No, I'm serious. I think they will eventually.
Yeah,
like,
I
they'll
mean,
work
they're
it
going to
into-
have to.
Yeah.
It's going to have to, be along the same lines
Well,
as
do
the
you
opening
think-
crawl for episode 4.
Actually, do you think they'll follow that same kind of movie formula that they've been doing with all the Star Wars films? Like, do you think they will have an opening crawl? Do you
I
think,
think they
they'll
will.
have all the wipes? Do you think like all the things that are like just attached to the Star Wars movies? Do you think it'll be the same?
I think that's. I mean, I have no idea, but I think that's a lock. I think that will happen, just because
Yeah.
it's like a tradition almost.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be. I don't know. There would be an uproar if they strayed from
Yeah,
that.
I
But
think it would be really dumb if they didn't do it.
yeah, and I think it's a small chance, but I don't know if I'd be mad really if they didn't do an opening crawl. And if
I
they-
wouldn't complain.
If they
but
made it like just a war movie, like, and that's it, I would be a fan
Speaking
of
of
it.
that, I want this movie to be like a legit war movie. I want it to be one of the grittiest Star Wars movies we've ever seen.
Do you think it'll be rated R?
No, I don't. I don't think so. But I want them to push R. Like I want them to push
Yeah.
PG-13 to the point where it could be R if they added a curse word.
Man, I don't think you can have a legitimate war movie. Like you can't encapsulate the feeling of war into a movie that's made for 13-year-olds.
Yeah. I mean, it's what
I guess actually, I mean they don't make it for 13-year-olds, but that is deemed worthy for 13 to 17-year-olds to watch, you know?
Yeah.
They can't even enlist. But I don't know. I think it would be better as rated R, but I think you're right when you say, and I don't know if you just said this, but I know for a fact you've said in the past that Disney won't make a rated R movie, and I agree.
No,
I
there's
think
no way.
I don't think that's possible.
I find that impossible for them to do. But anyway, let's move on to the last movie here on my list.
Okay.
Comes out just before Christmas, and that would be the film adaptation of Assassin's Creed.
Now this one is interesting to me because which time period are they focusing on for this one?
I think they're going to do the whatever time period the first one's in, as well as the future. So I think it's going to be like maybe the Renaissance era. I don't know what. I've never
Do you
really
mean like
played.
Italy or what?
Yeah.
I think
Michael
because
Fassbender is apparently playing. He's playing like an original character. He's not playing.
so it's not like Ezio or one of
No,
the
he's playing.
well-known ones.
He's playing a character called Callum Lynch. I don't think that's in the games.
I don't
So
think
I
so
think
either.
it's like
It doesn't
I think
ring
it's
a
like
bell.
an original character, and this is obviously a video game movie.
Mhm.
And there's, as you'll notice, there's a video game movie that comes out this year that was off my list, and that would be Warcraft. And
Yeah.
that's because I have more confidence in this movie than I do in Warcraft. For some reason, I haven't even seen anything from Assassin's Creed, and I
Yeah.
have more confidence in it than in Warcraft.
But don't you think Warcraft has such a huge following that I mean it's going to be
do good.
successful, right?
Yeah, it's going to be successful, but if it'll be a good movie, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, I mean that's really what it comes down to. Yes, we know all of these movies are going to be successful and we know they're going to make money. Well, I don't even know, they might break even on some of these movies like
Warcraft is probably going to need a lot of money to make a profit because that movie looks like it
looks
costs
expensive.
a lot.
Yeah.
And
With all the
Assassin's
CGI
Creed,
and everything.
Assassin's Creed is something that you can really, I mean, if you wanted to, you could really do this at a small, reasonable price rather than spending $150 million on, effects and everything.
Yeah.
And plus, Assassin's Creed has Michael Fassbender, and he's one of my picks for the Oscars this year. So
who's in
best.
Warcraft anyway?
There's only one actor I know. That would be, what's his name? He's gonna be in Preacher, the TV show. He played Howard Stark in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The young Howard Stark, not the old Howard Stark. Man, I can't remember his name. He's a British actor.
Whatever.
Oh, Dominic Cooper. There we go. Dominic Cooper. He was also in Fast and Furious. He was in Need for Speed.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know. Assassin's Creed.
I remember seeing him in the trailer now. I don't know. I'm not gonna see it.
Yeah. I'll wait until it comes out on Redbox.
Yeah.
But
I don't know, but it will do well because there's such a big following for Warcraft.
A very large following. It's very large.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's our most anticipated movies of 2016.
Is it plug time? Do you want to plug our website and everything?
Yeah. I mean, if you want, comment down below and tell us what movies you're anticipating. Did we miss some? Which ones are you looking forward to? I know I saw one that was on the list. That would be Finding Dory.
Yeah.
I didn't put it on my list though. I'm not really looking forward to it that much, but hey, you never know. If I hear good things about it, I might be anticipating it a little more. So
I'm gonna see it because nostalgia. That's why.
I'm more.
And I bet you money. They'll add in a he touched the butt reference.
Maybe, yeah. I'm not even gonna take that bet because I feel like they are going to do it.
Yeah, they're gonna bank off of that easy comedy.
Yeah. So, yeah, just let us know which ones you're anticipating, and have a conversation with us in the comments. So, basically, that's it for the anticipated movies.
Right. Follow us on Twitter. Like and subscribe if you're watching this on Facebook. Facebook. Like and subscribe if you're watching this. I mean, I guess if you somehow are watching this on Facebook, go ahead and leave a like, and then go over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. Yeah. That's it for episode 2, y'all. Goodbye.